Okay. Good evening. We're going to call this meeting to order. It is 6 o'clock. If I could remind everybody to turn their cell phones down. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Nation. If you'd all please stand for the national anthem. Okay, moved by Susan Irwin, seconded by Dan Meeks, that the agenda for the regular meeting of council to be held October 14th, 2025 be approved as presented. Are there any amendments?
No, there are not.
All those in favor? Carried. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. Okay, moved by Philip Smith, seconded by Nikki Gowdy, that the minutes from the regular meeting of council held on September 23, 2025 be approved as presented. Are there any amendments?
Yes, good one, Nikki.
Councillor Gowdy.
Thank you, sir. My question was, I know we did accept the presentation from David Bates for information, but we also said that we wanted, the mayor had mentioned working with Mr. Bates on making some changes to the bylaw. So does that need to be put in the minutes?
I don't know if it was in the minutes. About David Bates, that I'm gonna work with him.
Direction to do changes.
No.
We'll have to review the minutes.
Yeah, it was verbal after, and it was said by the mayor.
Okay, we will get that confirmed. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all those in favor? Carried. Okay, from the mayor. Township open house to be held on Monday, October the 20th at 2025 from 4 to 6 p.m. And on the screen, you'll see the memorial bench for Robert Harvey was installed by the Harvey family this weekend. Thanks to Bill Young for his help and to the township for approving the placement of the beach, which is located in Fossey Park, facing the lake. And the banners for the Veterans Banner program will be arriving this week. Installation is currently being coordinated, but expect the banners to be up within a few weeks. And you have something to say, Mr. Nelson.
I'm sorry. Through you, no, that about sums it up, I think. Yeah. Hopefully the banners will be here in the next couple of days, and then I would ideally like to see them, hopefully they can be up sooner than a few weeks, hopefully maybe this week would be nice, if all goes to plan. But yeah, as soon as possible, for sure.
Thank you. Delegations. None. Public meeting.
None.
Okay, moved by Duncan McGregor and seconded by Susan Irwin that council receive items A to C for information as they are considering routine, except for
The city of Dryden.
one of these items,
Yeah.
the city of Dryden.
Mhm.
And we will discuss that when?
For the next meeting, Councillor McGregor has asked to have this pulled, so is it in regards, you want us to send a letter as well?
Yeah, I'd just like to send a letter of support and
Support.
Great.
Because what it is, if anyone hasn't read it, it's in regards to the Life Safety Society of Ontario, showing that most children, like quite a few have drowned over the last while. We used to do the swim program here every year, but we have had difficulty getting instructors or even registration of children now. For the number of years, the former 4 townships took a turn every year and ran the program. So what this resolution is for, from the city of Dryden, is where they're asking for the Ministry of Education to have that put and consider it be put into the school program. So that's what this is about.
Okay, all those in favor? Carried.
Okay, perfect.
Are there any deferred items?
No, there are not.
Okay, staff reports. Moved by Nikki Gowdy, seconded by Susan Irwin. The council received the September construction details building activity report as presented by the CBO for information. Are there any questions for Mr. Dillon? Seeing none, does Mr. Dillon have anything to tell us?
Through you, Counselor Everett, I guess, no, numbers are up a bit from last month anyways, but, that's about all I've got to add.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay, now the Mountain Grove Hall interior renovations, moved by Lynn Clagus, seconded by Cindy Kelsey.
Nope, first one.
Could I miss one?
Yeah, the capital project one here.
Okay, I apologize. Capital Project Status Report, September 2025, moved by Susan Irwin, seconded by Lynn Clagus. The council received the capital projects report as presented by the CBO for information. Are there any questions? Councillor Irwin.
Not a question, just a comment of thanks for including the actual expenses next to the budget, so we know where we're at. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Comments or questions? Councillor McGregor?
just a comment. The trailhead washroom has already started construction, so if anyone's driving by the beach, you can see kind of what it's going to look like. Well, the foundation of it, anyways.
Anyone else? Mr. Dillon, do you have anything to add?
No, thank you.
All those in favor? Carried. And now the Mountain Grove Hall interior renovations, moved by Lynn Clagus, seconded by Cindy Kelsey. Whereas the Mountain Grove Hall experienced flood damage in the kitchen in 2024 and requires repairs. And whereas the washrooms and stairs do not meet current AODA requirements, now therefore be it resolved, the council approve the recommendation from the chief building official and award the renovation of the Mountain Grove Hall to Wise Choice Contracting in the amount of $196,000. And that council direct the CBO to issue a purchase order for the work, and further that the mayor and CAO clerk be authorized to sign the final contract. Are there any questions or comments? Councillor Gowdy, then Councillor McGregor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Andy, I have 2 questions for you. The first one is it doesn't show anything about the outside repairs, so grading, the problems that caused the flood to begin with. Are we going to deal with that before we fix the inside? And my second question is, you said you're going to continue to rent the upstairs while the construction's on the downstairs. Have the people who are renting the hall been notified, as there could be disruptions and safety precautions that need to be put in place for using the upstairs?
Through you, Deputy Mayor, the repairs to the outside, from what we can tell, there was 2 vents in the flower bed and a downspout that was directing water into the crawl space that was making its way. into the kitchen. Since we blocked those up, there hasn't been any sign of dampness in there. So we believe we have them doing those repairs. And we will have to shut the hall down when they do the upstairs for 2 months. But I haven't notified anybody yet because I was waiting to see if council awarded the contract tonight.
Councillor McGregor.
Through Deputy Mayor, just thank you for bringing it in under budget. $4,000 is still under budget. Thanks.
And do you have anything further to add, Mr. Dillon?
No, that's
Okay. All those in favor?
Dan.
Councillor Meeks.
Mr. Everett. Andy, there's some stuff that was also addressed in the 2025 budget that aren't in the tender. Will that be looked at or tendered out in the 2026 year? Different items that were approved.
I might have to get you to give me a list of what those were. If it's related to the exterior, we did apply for a grant for the ramp and that for
Yeah, the
2026.
railing and stuff like that, but
yeah.
there's also stuff included in the inside that weren't addressed. I just wondered where that stands.
I
I do have a list, but I can talk to you later about that. Or?
I think, yeah, we can talk later. I think I tried to keep it. I was afraid that it was going to be over budget, so I didn't include everything that we'd like to do with the building. But
Yeah, I know we talked about doing some things in 2026 as well. I know we had some capital budgets that run over too. So I mean, apples to apples, I like to, make sure everything gets looked at that was approved.
Yep. But yep. Send me a list of the things that are missed, and we'll look
Okay.
into it.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments? All those in favor? Carried. Public Works Activity Report, moved by Cindy Kelsey, seconded by Dan Meeks. The council received the Public Works Activity Report as presented by the Public Works Supervisor for information. Are there any questions or comments?
You got Nikki and then.
Councillor Gowdy?
Thank you again, Deputy Mayor. I have 7 questions for you tonight. People have brought some concerns to me over some of the work we've had done. So my question is, how does the township prepare themselves for liability reasons? So if you have a capital project out there and do we supervise this capital project, for example, a road reconstruction? Do we supervise that they have the proper flaggers, they're being used and all safety concerns are in place? Or is it up to the contractor to do that and there's no liability on us if there is an issue? That's my first question. So I wanted to talk about signs. I talked to Steve about signs, and I'm very happy to read in the economic development that there was talk about signs for welcome to the township or just derelict signs. I really think that we're falling behind on identifying ourselves and building ourselves up to get people to stop. So having nice welcome to Central Frontenac signs, maybe branding as what was in the economic development report, it would be very positive. A lot of our signs are starting to look tattered and ratty, for lack of a better description. And I realize that Steve said they were old MTO signs that haven't been replaced and we're not going to replace them type thing. Do we have a process or a policy to say when we take down a sign or get rid of a sign? My example off the top of my head would be the Camp Oconto Road sign that has really the salt and sand and has taken swear on it. And like when do we take them down? People are asking about no dumping signs. So is there a cost to get a no dumping sign on their road? Do we charge for that or do they just make a request through the complaint system online? The sinkhole along 38 Highway by Elbow Creek. Do we have a plan to fix that? And my last one, is about, we had said that we were going to put some speed signs on Clarendon Station Road there. They had a resident who had, I passed along to Cindy, Councillor Kelsey, about complaints about speed, and the OPP have told them that they can't enforce speed on four-wheelers or cars or anything if there's not a speed sign. So like the policy, the rule is that four-wheelers have to go 30 kilometers under the posted speed, and we don't have signs there. The resident had came to council and asked for a sign, and what's the ETA of getting a sign put up on the road? I think that's it.
All this.
6 or 7.
Oh. Through you, Counselor Bill. I'm gonna try and get all these. Yes, we do watch. We have to watch over the contractors and check on them. And we did. And we did have them move the signs on that incident. Yep. What was next? Okay. Yeah, we need to get some of them signs down for sure. We've got them identified. There's another one by York Road that's getting pretty tattered too. We'll get them down. What do we get? I'm not sure on that one. We have put them up where people are discarding garbage on the no dumping signs. So on request, I would say on that.
So,
Yep.
so have people fill out the,
Yep.
through the complaint form, for
Yep.
lack of a better description,
Yep.
that they need some, okay, thank you.
Oh, sinkhole on 38. You mean by York Road on 38? Yep. We're looking into getting that fixed. Yep. The speed signage, I'm not sure how to answer that one on Clarendon Road just yet, just because of maybe Kathy.
Yes, I think we're into, I think Councillor Irwin probably is going to ask sort of the same question, or she's been contacted as well. So we'll have a discussion when Steve gets back.
So just in terms of the ATV signage and the speed for off-road vehicles, yes, I've received the same complaints. I'm aware that the OPP have been involved. And my request, which I emailed to Steve Gould and also to our CAO, was that there be a discussion with the police to see if they are sharing the concerns about safety with the rates of speed for ATVs, and that we then take a look at our bylaw and rates of speed and deal with it. So it is being addressed, it's under discussion. So you can wait till Steve gets back. But after all those questions, I just wanted to thank Public Works for doing something in Crow Lake Village, the asphalt. So I haven't been on it yet, but I will be on Monday. So, but thank you for taking care of that.
Thank you. Same line of questions. So about Crow Lake Village, could you just basically explain what we did in Crow Lake Village and how much did it cost versus what you think it would have cost if we'd done it by completely tearing up the road and rebuilding it?
Yeah. So what we did is with our own trucks, spread asphalt on the road, like out the tailgate. And then it's called tight plating. So the grader has a plate put on the end of it, and it's just kind of smears it along to fill in the low spots and the wheel tracks and the rough spots. Cost wise, it's I'm pretty sure we're probably over 30 grand in that, but I don't even want to put a number on what it would cost to redo that village with all the water issues, and it's not wide enough in spots. I don't know what we could do there. Like, that's down the road for sure.
And just to follow up to that, how long, so we've patched it, how long will a patch like that hold approximately? Like a year, 10 years?
I'm gonna hope 5 anyway.
Good. So it got us another
think-
5 years for
yeah.
around $30,000.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Any more questions or comments? Councillor Meeks?
Thanks, Councillor Howard. I just want to say the Public Works did a fantastic job on the soldier memorial site up there. The hedges look great. All the tree trimming looked great, and hats off to RTR. They did a fine job. Thank you.
Councillor Smith.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just wanted to ask about brushing along roads. I've had some people inquire about Wegerville Road, Oak Flats Road, Clow Road. The brush is getting out to the edges, and I know we have a wonderful new machine that would love to see the south end of the township.
For you, Councillor Everett, we're working that way. We got a lot of brush ahead of us yet, though, and we are way behind for sure.
Anyone else? All those in favor? Carried. Okay.
Capital.
Yeah. Capital Project Status Report, moved by Susan Irwin, seconded by Philip Smith. The council received the Public Works Project Status Report as presented by the Public Works Supervisor for information. Any questions or comments? Councillor Irwin.
I just wanted to thank you, since I thanked the building department for including the actual expenses in.
Anyone else? Councillor Gowdy.
Thank you, sir. Is the 2024 tandem truck going to arrive before snow season finally for you? And a month ago, we'd asked about the sand and salt tender, and it was supposed to be going, or the sand tender was supposed to be going out, but I haven't seen it be posted anywhere yet.
On the tandem plow truck, we're hoping told late November, but that's where we're at now, and just been told this a few times, so we'll see.
Hopefully.
Yep. And on the sand salt tender, we have a plan for that, but yep,
That'll come forth.
that'll come forth in a bit. Yep.
Anyone else? All those in favor? Carried. Change order notice, Circular Materials Ontario, moved by Philip Smith, seconded by Cindy Kelsey. The council received the change order notice report as presented by the Public Works Supervisor for information, and that council authorized the CAO and mayor to sign the change order issue by Circular Materials Ontario, extending the agreement until December 31st, 2028. Effective Jan 1st, 2026. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Carried. Okay.
Yep, bylaw.
Thank you too.
The Public Works bylaw. Parking bylaw. they're gonna-
Is that Public Works or?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it was Nicole.
No.
Public Works Draft Parking Bylaws, moved by Dan Meeks, seconded by Susan Irwin. The council received the updated draft parking bylaw as prepared by the deputy clerk for information, and the council received the public feedback and comments for information. And further, the council authorized staff to proceed with a legal review of the draft parking bylaw with the results and related feedback or comments to be carried forward to council upon completion. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Councillor Gowdy.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you. Thank you for doing the feedback, putting out the survey. Obviously, we got some great results and great comments. And you've put them into the parking bylaw. So thank you for all that work. And at the time, I know it was a lot of work, but obviously the residents really enjoyed it, so, like really took it up. So I think that that's very positive. Some of the comments in there, are we going to be instituting some changes, like taking some of the comments that didn't get into the bylaw per se because they didn't need to, but are we going to be working on some of those, like the parking issues and stuff?
Yes, through you, Deputy Mayor. Sorry. I think that I have spoken a little bit with Kathy and Steve, I think Lance as well, about some of the comments. The main one being like parking on the road and parking in the village, finding parking spots. So we've kind of discussed with Lance and Steve about putting parking signs up. I think they were already working on that. I'm working with Abigail, our planning coordinator. We're going to create maps so that we can educate the township to say this is where the no parking zone is and this is what the restriction is. And we're hoping to include that as part of kind of an appendix in the bylaw. And that'll be part of the education piece as well. And then we were also looking at, there was some confusion around amps. That was another thing I noticed. So I think what we're going to do is work on a little bit of a communication to go out on social media and on the website to explain what amps is and why we want to use amps in the parking bylaw. And that will, I think those were the main ones that was there any other that I missed? No? Yeah, I think education, a big education piece is what we're going to try to do, because this is a big change. Perfect.
Okay, I myself have one comment. It's either an omission or an error to my perspective. The bylaw says 9 meters clearance from intersections, etc. The 3 of them across the road are all 30 meters. If they're going to remain 30 meters, they should probably be included in the bylaw.
Through you, Deputy Mayor. I'll have to look into that. I thought it was 30 meters from the. Okay, I may have made an error there.
Well,
I believe that the public works manager did want 30 meters from the intersections.
so it's an
Yeah.
omission from.
Did we may have made that change. There's restrictions that show on Robert Street from a certain civic address, which is, I think right across the road here.
Mhm.
And then it goes up to the new connections office. And I think that it explains that that is a no parking zone. So that kind of overrides the 9 meters. So I'll have to check to see with Steve if he wanted it from 9 meters on all or 30 meters on all intersections, or if it was just 9 meters on main intersections, but along 38 due to sight line.
Yeah, no.
30. So it could be either or. I'll have to discuss that with Steve.
My comment was only that if it's 30 meters, it should still be in the bylaw.
It is in the bylaw. If you look under the appendix, Schedule A, it does explain that there's, like, it doesn't say 30 meters.
Well, that's the part I'm getting at.
But it wouldn't have to state 30 meters if it's going from one civic address to another. So it was in the exception list. I'll have to check with Steve if he wants 30 meters from all intersections or 9. I'm not sure what your thought on that one is.
No, we'll have to check with Steve.
Yeah, I think Steve has to comment on that. It would include a lot more signs if we did 30 meters from every intersection. So it may be a cost concern at this point too, but I think 9 meters is the standard for some road classifications, and then maybe 30 for others. I'm not sure, but we'll have to find out from Steve.
Okay, any more questions? All those in favor? Carried. Okay, admin. Municipal support resolution. Moved by Nikki Gowdy, seconded by Philip Smith. Whereas Stephen Reeder, on behalf of Originative Energy Solutions Partners, appeared before council at the September 23rd, 2025 meeting regarding a proposal for a long-term capacity services project, LTC-C1. And whereas the land they have an option on is approximately 111 acres, with their property would occupy less than 1/4 of the land, which is located at 7349 Hinchinbrook Road and is currently licensed and used as a commercial gravel yard. And whereas a resolution is mandatory requirement that confirms the municipality's support for the proposal submission, not a guarantee of a contract award, and is a crucial part of the project's application process. And whereas Originative Energy Solution Partners are proposing to submit a bid to the Ontario Independent Electricity System Operator, IESO, and is requesting council support of their project, LT2C1. And whereas a resolution is mandatory requirement that confirms the municipality's support for the proposal submission, not a guarantee of a contract award, and is a crucial part of the project's application progress. Yes. Now therefore be it resolved that council supports originative energy solutions partners in submitting a proposal for the long-term capacity services project located at 7349 Hinchinbrook Road North. And further, that this resolution be attached to the prescribed form as identified as Exhibit A for LT2C1 RFP as issued by the Independent Electricity System Operator, IESO. Are there any questions or comments? Councillor McGregor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So I just want to be clear because I'm going to vote to support this motion. But I'm voting that I'm okay with the proposal being submitted. I don't have enough information yet to support the project. So I believe a proposal is important, but not quite enough yet for the project.
This isn't necessarily supporting the project. This is that we still have to go through all of the regulatory issues. We still have to come for regular permits. We still have to apply the same as everything else. This just allows us to bid.
Yep, thank you. I just wanted to be clear.
This is basically saying that you don't have anything in your bylaws preventing somebody from doing this. The ISO has run across this before, where certain municipalities have bylaws against solar. They've got bylaws against wind. They've got bylaws against batteries. They've got bylaws against gas generation. And there's some municipalities that have that. This is basically saying you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's correct. I had done some more
Yeah.
research on it, and I noticed that when they did the presentation, but they actually need the council resolution of support so they can move forward.
We didn't push for it at that meeting.
Right.
And the reason for that, we thought you should have a look at it.
Sure.
And rather than just try to write it in your throat. That's not our intention. But yes, we do need it to put the bid in. And until we have that support, we can't move forward at all. We're not spending money on engineering or anything until that. So that's where we stand.
Are there any more questions or comments? Councillor Smith.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I just wanted to ask, when was the deadline for your application? Because I thought when you were here last time, it was important to get that support from us to meet an application deadline.
The bid goes into the ISO in December, early December. We need that as part of the bid, but to do the bid, we also have to do engineering work and everything else. I'm not going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that unless I know that we have a municipal support resolution. So
no, I understand that. That's
the
fine.
dead is December, but we need it before that, really.
Anyone else? All those in favor? Carried.
We'll get that to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Okay, admin, acceptance of final organizational and service delivery review, moved by Philip Smith, seconded by Nikki Gowdy. The council accept the final organizational and service delivery review as prepared by Capital Park Consulting, and that staff be authorized to develop an implementation plan based on the recommendations contained in the report for future council consideration. Are there any questions or comments? Councillor McGregor.
Kathy, if I was a member of the public, now that this report is public information, if I was a member of the public, how would I access it? Is it on the township website?
It's not on there yet. We were waiting until after council passed the resolution, then we can put it onto the website.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor? Carried. Okay. Committee and other reports. Request to temporarily close a portion of KMP Trail, moved by Duncan McGregor, seconded by Susan Irwin. The council approved the temporary closure of the KMP Trail between the Charlotte Lake Beach and the Government Docks, Thompson's Cut, on October 31st, 2025, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a community Halloween event. And further, that staff post advance notice of the closure on the township's Facebook page and website by October 27th, 2025. and that staff notify the Frontenac ATV Club and the Eastern Ontario Trails Alliance, EOTA, of the closure, and that staff ensure temporary signage is placed at both ends of the closed section of the trail to assist trail users with a detour route through the village. Any questions or comments? Councillor McGregor.
So just to give everyone a heads up, I've been hosting networking events with a lot of the community organizations that are operating specifically in District 3. One of the events that has came from this is going to be for the first time this Halloween event. We're closing the section of the trail from the beach to the government dock, so people can add that walk to their walk through the village, and different community groups are going to be decorating different parts of the trail. So kind of a neat event, and it's very expensive, so it'll probably be small this year and hopefully build up over the next couple of years. So there it is. And we checked with Frontenac County about the trail, and they had asked that we just notify the ATV clubs and put up temporary signage.
Anyone else? All those in favor? Carried. Economic Development Advisory Committee, October 1st, 2025. Moved by Dan Meeks, seconded by Lynn Clagus. The council approves an amendment to the organization of the committee section of the new terms of reference for the Central Frontenac Economic Development Advisory Committee to be amended to state that the committee shall be composed of up to 10 members, including 3 appointed members of council and up to 7 community representatives. Any questions or comments? Councillor Gowdy.
I just want to follow up on the minutes part of the portion. I have no problem with approving this. I just want to kind of dwell on the signage and what the Economic Development Committee had brought forward about signage. And, we're trying to attract people coming to our community. And maybe, I know budget time is coming up and it's something that we should consider doing to bring better visibility to our township and get people to come in and stay.
Anyone else? Councillor McGregor and then Councillor Clagus? Or Councillor Clagus and then Councillor McGregor?
I can, or Councillor Clagus can, but essentially one of the big focuses of the Economic Development Committee this year has been the DTR specifically, which is looking at the downtown revitalization plan. One of the things we're focusing on is trying out small projects in one ward, and if those projects catch on, expanding it to the rest of the municipality. So an example of this, this year, hopefully before the snow flies, we'll have 2 very nice Charlotte Lake signs to let people know where our downtown is. And if that goes well and the budget affords it, it'd be nice to expand those to the rest of the municipality to kind of look at a larger signage theme through the township. So it's definitely on the horizon.
Thanks, Deputy Mayor. You've Duncan more or less covered what I was going to say with that, but also I wanted to draw attention in the minutes when you brought that up, that the Economic Development Committee is planning to have a meet and greet with North Frontenac. What did they call themselves? North Frontenac Economic Development Task Force next week. And we're starting to discuss more and more ways that we can potentially work together and share some of our thoughts and ideas and collaborate and explore ways we can do projects together and learn from one another. So we wanted the entire council to be aware of us doing this, and we will keep you informed after we've had a meet and greet with them to see how we can move this forward.
Anyone else? Councillor Cowdy.
Thank you. Just to follow up, my basis is the welcome to Central Frontenac signs in all the corners of the township. Some corners don't even have it anymore. They just have a frame where it used to be. And I think and I have talked to Steve about it. And we have buildings in the township that say township of. They have nothing else on them. Like, I think we've dropped the ball a little bit with it. And you drive through the county and there's nice signs in all the other townships that say welcome to Frontenac Islands, welcome to South Frontenac, welcome to North Frontenac, driving up 509. I did that last week. I think that as a township, as a council, we need to support a little bit more of, we're here, we want to do good things, we do good things, come on in and see, you're here now, come on in and see what we have.
Councillor Irwin.
So one of the things that we've been discussing at the Economic Development Committee is the possibility of making a ROD application like South Frontenac has. And I think one of our members was going to be talking with South Frontenac about the proposal that they submitted. It does have budget implications because it's not 100% funded by the province. The township has to pay a portion. So it's a question of whether or not we can do it in 2026 or whether, it's one that's deferred. But certainly we take very seriously the need to look at the signage.
Anyone else? Councillor McGregor?
Just before you call the question, you missed part of the motion when you read it the first time. You got the members, but we're also adding a new member.
That's the next motion.
It's the second one.
Oh, it's a separate, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All those in favor? Carried. Moved by Cindy Kelsey, seconded by Susan Irwin, that council approved the appointment of David Allen to the Central Frontenac Economic Development Advisory Committee as a representative of the Central Frontenac business community. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Carried. Communications or correspondence for action?
There's none.
Bylaw and agreements?
None.
Notice of motion?
Yes, there is one notice of motion I received, and Councillor Gowdy will need to sign it. She's proposing whereas during the municipal election campaign in the fall of 2022, many residents inquired about the possibility of curbside waste collection. And whereas we are soon going to be entering into budget deliberations, it would be a relevant time to investigate the cost of township curbside waste collection. Therefore, be it resolved that council directs staff to investigate the cost of curbside. So this will be discussed at the next meeting. So Councillor Gowdy, I just need you to sign. But that's the notice of motion.
New or other business? No, giving notice of motions.
No, there's none.
New or other business?
None.
Okay, moved by Philip Smith, is seconded by Cindy Kelsey.
Thank you.
The council resolve into closed session pursuant to section 239.2 of the Municipal Act to discuss personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. All those in favor? Carried.
So we're going to close.